Good evening. Hello, Corinne. Thanks for joining me. Happy Friday, everyone. I am Jennifer Helm, the Faithful Stamper, and today is Friday, September 18th, 2020. Thank you so much for joining me on this Friday evening. I am very excited to craft along with you tonight. I'm going to give this just another minute for some more friends to join us, and then we will go ahead and get ready to make this lovely card. Thank you for sharing, Corinne. I see that I missed some comments here. My phone is showing me some different things this evening. And I was going to try to figure out how to lock my camera, and I remembered about 2 seconds before I went live, so we'll have to try that on the next one. Corinne, this week was better, I think. It still had its challenges, but we survived another week. So we'll see how we do moving forward. Thank you for asking and checking in. All right, we will go ahead and get started. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Don't forget to comment on the video. Hi, Mom. Happy Friday. I do a contest each week where anyone who comments is entered into a drawing to win one of the cards that we make on camera. And then everyone who shares this video is also entered into a second drawing to win one of the cards that I show you this evening. So I have last week's winners to announce. Hi, Thelma. Happy Friday. So this card will be going out to Caitlin, who commented last week, and she was the winner of last week's drawing. And I use a random name generator to pick my winners. Everyone's name goes into a prize wheel, and then I spin the wheel, and today Callie helps me. And Miss Thelma, this lovely card will be headed your way. So thank you for sharing the video, as always. And don't forget, I'm going to be sending out the cards towards the end of the month, probably next Friday. I'm going to send out all the prizes for this month. So be looking for some happy mail, ladies. All right, so tonight's card is relatively simple, but it's got a little star power too, and I like it. Not every card has to be a million layers and lots of glitz and glamour. You can take a simple layout and really make it as simple or as complex as you like. So this one is an idea I wrote down years ago. I happened to stumble across it. Hi, Bernice, thanks for sharing. And I don't know that this has an official name. I didn't write it down. I don't even remember who shared it. But I really like this layout, and finally, after many years of it sitting in a notebook, decided to break this one out for this video. And you can see it's not really complicated, but you can really dress this up if you want. There's a lot of different options, and so I'll show you that in some of the samples that I will share at the end of this video. So to start with, we're going to take a piece of cardstock that is 4 1/4 wide by 11 inches and just score and fold in the middle, which gives you your card front of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And this is Pretty Peacock. The stamp sets I am using this evening, I decided to go with a Christmas card as I was creating my samples. So I'm using the Christmas Gleaming set. And I also paired that with one of the sentiments from Itty Bitty Christmas. The Itty Bitty sets that we have in the catalog are some of my favorites. We have Itty Bitty Greetings, Bitty Birthdays, and Itty Bitty Christmas. They are stamp sets chock full of sentiments that are relatively small in size. Some of them are more square, and some of them are all just in a line. And I love them because they fit on a small block and fill up small spaces and are just really easy to accent your card with. So I get a lot of use out of my itty bitty themed stamp sets. So in the supply list, which I posted earlier on Facebook, I told you your mat could be designer series paper or cardstock. It's up to you. You can really mix and match all these pieces. I don't think you want designer series paper for everything. It might look a little busy, but you can go with a cardstock layer or a designer series paper layer. Up to you. So I broke out, I have my stamp and seal, which I use it all day long and it behaves itself 100%, and then I get on camera and it gets camera shy on me. So we'll see how it does here tonight. So this is some of the designer series paper from the Christmas Gleaming Suite. This particular piece is kind of tone on tone. And the next thing you're going to do is take your square that is 2 1/4 inches. It's 2 1/4 inches square, and you're going to cut it diagonally. So I actually already did that. Brought my paper trimmer over and didn't even need it. But a quick tip for cutting your square is, if you have the paper trimmer with that nice guide on it, tilt your square to look like a diamond and line up the points on that cutting track, and then when you have it lined up, run your slicing blade through it, and then you have a nice even cut. I would never be able to do this with a pair of scissors. I'd have to take a ruler and I'd probably still cut it crooked. So that paper trimmer is great for things like this. And so I decided to go with designer series paper for my corners here, but you could use cardstock here as well. So like I said, you have lots of options for mixing and matching. So I'm going to put some Stamp and Seal Plus on my triangles, and they go in either corner. And I will show you later, you can put this layout together vertically or horizontally. It's up to you. Make sure you've got your fold in the right place with your layout. And if your paper has direction, make sure you put the triangles the right way. And you can butt them up to the edges of your mat layer, the first layer that you glued down, or you can offset them as I'm about to do. Hi Carol, thanks for joining me. So I'm just going to give them another little border. I have a little bit of glue there I'm going to rub off with my fingers. And then I'm going to repeat that with my second corner. And since I have a little bit of glue overhanging, I'm just folding it back with my fingers. That's one of the great things with the Stamp and Seal Plus, the perforations, because this is great for 3D projects, it's segmented, so it's really easy to fold back. I love it. This is my new go-to glue. So again, I'm just going to offset that a little from the edges and press those down. The next thing you will need are your 2 rectangle mats. The first one is 2 1/2 inches by 3 1/4, and the second one is 3 inches by 2 1/4, so just a 1/4 inch smaller all the way around. I'm going to do a little bit of stamping on my very vanilla rectangle, and then I'm going to put an ornament, a punched out ornament on top, since this is our Christmas card. If you want smaller rectangles, keep on layering. Just take another 1/4 inch off and go as small as you want to go. So if you want a third rectangle on top, which I did on one of my samples, 2 inches by 2 3/4 inches. Totally up to you. You could have a single rectangle if you want. You can have 3 or 4, whatever floats your boat. So I'm going to use some Pear Pizzazz ink. I went with Pretty Peacock and Pear Pizzazz for my ink colors. And this speckle is part of the Christmas Gleaming Suite. We have several different stamp sets that have speckles or splotches in them. I was using one earlier. Oh, I forget now which stamp set it was. Oh, it was one of the autumn ones. That Beautiful Autumn, nope, not Beautiful Autumn, the other one. Gather Together. That has a slightly bigger sploosh or splatter mark. So I was using that on a card. So I love these speckles because you can very easily dress up your card and give it a little pizzazz. Yes, Bernice, this is a very quick card. Like I said, very simple, but you can really jazz it up. So I'm all about quick and simple cards, but that they don't look like quick and simple cards. So you can knock people's socks off without going to a whole lot of effort. I mean, it's plenty of effort. You don't want people to think you're going easy, but it's easy for you, but looks beautiful while you do it. Hi, Judy. Happy Friday. For some of the newer ladies who are joining, this is a quick and simple card, and don't forget to say hello in the comments and share the video if you like, and that way you'll be entered to win one of these cards that you will see this evening. So next step here that I've got my background, I'm going to pop this up on some dimensionals. So I'm out of large ones. I need to get my order placed, so I have my larger dimensionals, but we have these mini ones, which work just as well. And I don't know if you can see here on my sheet of dimensionals, I use every last bit. I even use around the edges. I just cut them with a pair of scissors, so you can see here from the fringe on the sides. And that way I am not wasting a single scrap of this wonderful foam that gives my cards dimensions. So peel the little backing off these. And again, I did this layout vertically, but you could do it horizontally as well. Just mind how you are putting things together. And then the last step for the front, I pre-stamped one of the ornaments from the Christmas Gleaming set, and I'm just going to punch it out. Aren't those speckles cute, Corinne? They just give a little something to the card. It's amazing what a difference they can make. So I'm going to line up my punch, pop that little ornament out, and I'm going to put this on some dimensionals too. Just another layer of added dimension. So as I said, it's a simple card layout, but there's nothing simple about the card to look at it. And we want to make handmade Christmas cards and handmade birthday cards, but we don't want to spend an hour on every single card. It just takes too long. So this is a quick and simple layout that you can churn out a lot of cards, but they still look gorgeous. And nobody's going to know how much time you spent. So the last step here is the inside. So I have a piece of Very Vanilla that is the same size as the matte layer on the front, 5 1/4 by 4. And I'm going to bring back over my Pear Pizzazz ink and my Pretty Peacock. I almost said Purple Peacock. And so we have this cute little flourish stamp that came in the Christmas Gleaming. So I'm going to stamp that in Pear Pizzazz at the top. And these stamps are red rubber stamps, so they have a little foam cushion built in. I don't need to add anything extra underneath. If I'm stamping with photopolymer, I would use my Stamp and Pierce mat just to give it a little extra cushion to get a better impression. Then I'm going to use the sentiment from Christmas Gleaming, or half of it anyway, Deck the Halls with Boughs of Holly. There we go. And then finally, I wanted to add a little Christmas sentiment underneath. And so I went with Blessed Christmas Wishes, which is from that Itty Bitty Christmas set. And I'm going back to the Pear Pizzazz for that. So we'll see. There we go. And there is my insert. So all I have to do is adhere that to the inside with my Stamp and Seal Plus. And my card is ready to go. So let me bring my card back over here. And these inks dry really quickly, so I don't have to worry about smearing. here we go. Give that a little press, and there is my finished card. Now I could add extra bling if I wanted. I decided not to since I had some sparkle in the paper, but I very easily could have. So there we have our quick layout, and don't forget to stamp your envelopes. Corinne, have I used the dimensional strips? Are they the long, not even rectangular ones, the long strips? They're good for shaker cards, which I have not demonstrated yet, but I will have to do that sometime soon. But you'll have to let me know if that's what you mean. And if you are crafting along with me tonight, please feel free to share in the comments or on my Facebook page. I love to see what everybody's creating. So don't forget to stamp your envelope. I went with one of the other little ornaments in the set. But there is our Christmas card for tonight. And so I have just a couple other samples to show you. And Ellen, thanks for joining me tonight. So this is one that I made, another Christmas card. Figure we'll start with the Christmas cards tonight. This is using the Merry Moose set. And I wanted to show you the difference in the layouts, directionally speaking. Same layout, just different orientation. And I really like how both of them came out. So there's another little Christmas card set. Nice use of the designer series paper. And I only used that on the initial layer, and then I went with solid cardstock and stamping. And this is one where I used 3 rectangles instead of 2. So I just wanted to give that extra color. So there is my Christmas card, and I did make a couple of birthday cards. Again, here is showing you the 2 different orientations. This is using some of the gilded autumn paper. Oh, that moose is popular. Maybe he'll have to make an appearance in the Christmas card Stamp-A-Stack that I'm working on. More details on that to come. I sat the fence last year when that moose initially came out, and when they brought him back this year, it was one of the first things I ordered. Had to have that moose. So this is a birthday card, and I kept this very simple, kind of more manly. You know, the men don't like a lot of fuss. So there we have that one. And then this last card I'm just tickled with, and it's not that I did anything special. The paper did all the talk. I used our Gilded Autumn paper for this one. And I decided not even to put a sentiment on the front. I just love the sparkly paper. I guess these are little flower leaves in the Cajun craze with the gold. And then I'm loving this pattern paper, all these warm colors. And I love how they pulled in the pool party. That's kind of a little surprise of color in these autumn tones. And so I just went with a simple birthday message on the inside of this one and decided to let the card do the talking. And this, if sent me this, I would totally leave it sitting up in my office on a shelf so I could see it. So I really love that card. So please feel free to share with me if you were crafting along with me tonight. If you come in late or you're watching the replay, please feel free to share as well. This video will be on my Facebook page for replay in just a few minutes. And hopefully, if all goes well, it will also be posted shortly on my newly created YouTube channel. I'm venturing into YouTube, so as soon as I have that up and posted, I will share my channel name with you so that you can check that out, and hopefully more videos will be coming soon. Bernice, that is kind of similar to the designer series paper I made. It does have the same look. I used the Forever Fern set on that one, but this is one of the autumn sets, and I would totally attempt to recreate that if I could. I love patterns like this. So just beautiful. Love those colors, love the patterns. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you need any supplies to make your cards, be sure to check out my website and take use of that September host code if your order is under $150. Someone who orders using that host code will win a prize pack of embellishments from me. And if your order is over $150, don't use that host code because you get your own host benefits with an order that size. So I want you to get the goodies from that. So if you have any questions, please feel free to message me. Keep your eyes peeled for more details about our World Card Making Day event on October 3rd. Next Monday, I will be here at usually 8:45. I'm thinking about switching to 8:30, ladies. You'll have to tell me if 8:30 is absolutely a no-go for you. I'm usually ready early, and then I'm putzing around for 15 minutes waiting to start. So I was thinking maybe we'd get a little bit of a start and go live at 8:30 on Mondays and Fridays. So you'll have to let me know what you think of that idea. But Mystery Monday is next Monday, the 21st. And then next Friday is September the 25th. It is the last Friday of the month already. Can anybody tell me how that is possible? But the last Friday of the month, I always do a gift card holder, so stay tuned for that. So thank you again for joining me tonight. Please feel free to share your ideas with me. I would love to see what you're crafting. Have a great weekend. Take care. Happy crafting.